Hello, Shalom Ola. I want to welcome everybody to my channel, my YouTube channel. This is Mr. Travis Tidwell. And hopefully you've been following my predictions and my channel. I'm also on Instagram as One Sacred Dragon, Facebook, Travis Tidwell. I also have a Mystic Travis Tidwell page on Facebook. But today we're going to talk about my predictions for Donald Trump. My last one, my last episode, or what would I say? Last one I recorded that's been posted was on North Korea and the Middle East. That was kind of weird because I'm on a purification right now. I'm not smoking marijuana or anything like that, and so I did have to do some edibles. And man, that last podcast I did, or rather that last 007 series prediction episode I did, right when I ended that, it was because man, that stuff was really starting to hit me, so it was kind of funny. We're in troubled times right now in America, and so if you haven't been to my show, The Spiritual Life, on Spotify, iTunes, or on my channel, check it out. If you haven't heard my music, it's on Spotify, iTunes. Travis Tidwell, Time Has Come, and time has come for change. Wishing all of you a little peace and love out there right now, and Sage and myself. Hopefully, you've been cleansing yourself, purifying yourself. And I make predictions for a living, and I'm 99.9% accurate. So, but today we're talking about Donald Trump. I've already made predictions on China, Iran. I talked before about Trump on one of my earlier tapings, but I didn't have it marked, so I think it was like predictions for 2021. I talked about him not being able to stay at Mar-a-Lago. There'll be lawsuits on that, I'm sure. He's going to probably lose his golf club course in Scotland. This guy's got some really bad karma. And I don't care about Democrat or Republican. I'm a patriot. Somebody who loves America. And when I vote, I always vote for the right person. I don't care who they are, what what party they're with. And I just got to say that things are changing. We just got a tax relief bill passed by Biden, and not one Republican senator voted to help America out. It's affected my business. I had to shut my business down. My business dropped almost nothing, virtually nothing this last year, honestly. I'm rebooting myself right now. Thank God I got an SBA loan for my business. I'll be promoting my new website by the end of this month, and that's going to be my new business. I've been doing Zoom classes for free for my students and people who I normally charge because they can't afford it. It's been tight for everybody. So if you're interested in your spiritual development, give me a holler. You can comment on my YouTube channel, and you can email me at onesacreddragon2@gmail.com. All my information's out there. But going back to the Trump family, very interesting because since I've made this, since I've looked at these predictions for him, there's been more lawsuits brought up, and I'm a firm believer that this guy is going to be in lawsuits probably till he dies. I'm showing that this year he will be charged criminally with campaign fraud in New York. I'm showing that will happen by the end of the year. They will have some charges brought up for him, and I'm predicting that he will be convicted. In regards to Georgia, my God, the state attorney general, yeah, it looks like that there's going to be some charges brought up there. And this Jim Crow voter suppression stuff, man, we might as well have the Ku Klux Klan running this country with the mentality we have now. This is a country of freedom. Every party should be promoting voting and making it as easy for every American to vote. And these illegals they're complaining about, man, they're picking our tomatoes and strawberries here in California. I don't know about you guys in the Midwest or anywhere else, but we need these people. This country's built on immigrants. Going back to Georgia, and I just heard a lot of stuff about them changing the voting laws there right now, which is cray-cray. Yeah, he's going to be charged with that and probably convicted too on some level. You have enough shit against the fan, something's going to stick. Or is that against the wall? I'm not sure how that really works, but something's going to stick with this guy. He's losing large amounts of money domestically. I'm not sure what he's doing abroad, but he could end up going bankrupt within the next 4 years. These people in the Republican Party think he's got it going on. He had 74 million votes. Big deal. Biden had 87 million. The problem is that those people who voted for him were voted because of the Republican Party. A lot of them. Of course, when Hillary Clinton called his followers deplorables, honestly, I guess she was right, because these KKK members and these Proud Boys and Oath Keepers, they're all a bunch of radical terrorists. You love the country, join the military. You know, support your country, support the Constitution. Trump is always saying, if you don't like this country, get out. Yeah, if you don't like this country, get up. But that's for the people like Senator Josh Hawley, Lindsey the Liar, Lindsey Graham, Moscow Mitch. These are the people who need to leave Senate. They need to leave our country. They need to just go. But back to Donald Trump. Sorry about that, people. I don't mean to get my political interest here today. Because I did this psychically. What I'm predicting has nothing to do with my emotional body. It's all for my psyche. And so now we look at, also, Trump has bad health right now. And nobody's willing to admit that. This fucking doctor he had at the White House must be in his genes. This guy eats fucking McDonald's every day. Weighs over 3. He's obese. Okay. I have diabetes too. I've got high blood pressure, and I also had a heart attack, and I have a stent in my heart, so a titanium stent. So don't tell me this guy at 74 is in perfect fucking health. He's not. You don't have to be much anymore to be a diabetic, it seems like. My God. But his health, he definitely has health problems. He's deceiving everybody around him, and he's in denial. Just as we found out recently that, he was ready to go on a ventilator with COVID, and he didn't want to, and they did all this special stuff for him. I mean, if he wasn't the president, he probably would have died or had long-term effects from COVID. But I do show that he does have high blood pressure. I'm showing that he does have a heart problem and possibly diabetes here in the near future. And I'm sure he has a heart problem and high blood pressure now. No doubt in my mind. You cannot be that overweight and have that kind of problem. As I said before, he'll lose his legal stuff in Mar-a-Lago. I'm not sure how long he plans on living there, but that's not going to last. I've also predicted that his son, Donald Trump Jr., is going to have legal problems for inciting riots. Him and his daughter Ivanka, all three of them will be in trouble in New York for campaign fraud before it's over. And you can bet that, from what I understand going on right now through the New York Times, that they've got Proud Boys communicating with people in the White House the day of the insurrection and before. So lots going to come out. I don't know why Americans are following this guy. He's a Russian informant. He's the only person who talks to Putin on the phone with nobody listening. Putin gave him the plan. Hey, look, if you want to become a dictator, first you got to divide the parties and create a civil war. You create a civil war, then you kill one party, then you can do whatever you want. And that's what he was planning to do. He still has plans. Make no mistake. He's got his own civil little army out there. They're called terrorists. And he should be prosecuted as a terrorist. He's anti-American. And this money shit ain't going to last. So they're betting on the wrong guy. I'm really hoping they do a MAGA party or a third party, because this Republican Party is going to go down anyway. They have lost their vision of America, and they're not here to help the America. I don't know who'd vote for people who wouldn't want to give me a stimulus check or give me some income for my children or even give me fucking medical. I guess in some of these southern states, they don't have Obamacare or medical. They don't want to accept that. And that's crazy for me. It's not about being a socialist country to give free medical. We're capitalists here. We're all going to be able to entrepreneur and make money. Ain't nobody going to take our guns away, not even Democrats. I'm a gun owner. I believe we should all be able to carry a gun. See, we all carry a gun. Everybody's going to become a lot more politer. Okay? No, excuse me. Because nobody's going to want to die. Nobody wants to die anyway, really, unless you're a little off in the head. Ivanka does have some problems yet that they're not aware of. She'll never win a public office. Anybody who would vote for her would have to be blind. I'm also predicting that Trump will not become president again. In 2016, I made a prediction when I was doing a tarot class that President Trump would only be a one-term president. And so when 2020 came around, people started calling me and go, hey man, what's going on? Is this guy going to get reelected? And I said, I'll tell you what I said in 2016. I didn't even have to look at it again. No, he's not going to be reelected. Um, yeah, I don't see him doing a TV station. I kind of feel what you see is what you get. I knew when he was going to go back to Mar-a-Lago, he was going to set up a phony presidential kind of office, trying to say he's the real president still, and he's got the Southern militia to back him up or some bullshit like that. But again, that's not my problem. That's other people's problem. He's not affecting my life now, thank God. With Biden in office, I sleep a lot easier. I know people make fun of him. He's old. Well, Trump would be his age if he ran again. So it's not going to happen. Plus, I understand that they have issues, legal stuff on him for child molestation, for rape, 13-year-old girl, Jeffrey Epstein. And when you're a billionaire, I guess you got those kind of mob connections, which he does. You can suppress things. But now that we have a clean administration, we're going to have a clean attorney general running this country. We're going to see things corrected. And that's what, as Americans, that's what we need to see. In fact, we don't need a Democratic Party or Republican Party. We need one party. It's called the Party of the People. Get rid of the electoral vote, which we need to do anyway, and have the popular vote, and just live with it. Other than that, that's all I have to say in this episode of my predictions, my 007 series, as I call it, because I feel like I'm a secret agent here on Earth working for Spirit. It's important that everybody is looking at the facts. Get out of your emotional body. Don't feel what's going on. Know what's going on rationally. A lot of people believe the fake news, CNN, Newsmax, forget about it. Anything connected, that Oath one, forget about it. Oak or whatever it is. These people, it's funny. I've never really heard left and right till the past maybe, I don't know, 6 years. Left and right. I don't believe in that shit either. It's a left thing. It's a right thing. It's right. It shouldn't be anything like that at all. We're all here. We're all human beings. We're all Americans. I'm also predicting that there's not going to be a Republican president in 2024. I'm going to predict that there will not be a Republican president. I'm also predicting that the GOP is going to lose the Senate more in these states that they've been counting on and they've kind of rigged before. The GOP needs to change that title GOP. They're not the grand old party. They're the good old boys. And we need to get rid of that shit too. People like Josh Hawley, who wants to question the FBI, what they're doing. These people have no right. I hope he gets burned. I want these guys out of office. It's bullshit. We need people working for the people. I don't know how you guys in Georgia or Mississippi. Well, Georgia stepped up. Mississippi, some of these other southern states that are suffering, get rid of your Republican leaders, and get it going, man. Get the food flowing, the money flowing. I guess in Texas, everybody loves Texas, but you got people like Ted Cruz who went on a 2-day trip to Cancun while everybody's suffering and dying in his state. You got people like AOC from New York bringing $5 million in to donate. Facts speak for themselves. Climate change is real. That's something that the Trump administration denies because he's fucking knows everything, I'm so glad Biden doesn't pull that shit. He lets people who are professionals take care of his job, because there has been a natural force of decay on this planet from the beginning it was created. Through technology, it's been sped up, obviously. The fucking coral reefs are dying. The ocean's dying. There's a lot of stuff dying right now on this planet. The sad part is that nobody's investing in Earth. They're investing in Mars. They're investing in Moon. Technology is not really doing much to save the planet. Biden has a plan to go green. The whole planet needs to go green. And I'm sure it will. There's no doubt in my mind. We need to be more collective on some level with what we have going on in our country. We need a Senate and Congress that's diverse, brown, white, blue, green, yellow, and not just a bunch of old white people. There should be limits put on all senators and judges. Ain't no fucking judge. I want 80 years old running a fucking case. 86. I don't want. No. Same thing with these damn senators. These guys are corrupt in many different ways. And of course, I'm sure there's Democratic stuff, but the Republican Party seems to be the biggest problem for the American people right now. Even the fact that Trump got away with lying about this election, these other people who tried not to certify, is bullshit. And you know, I really feel like they need to be careful, because once they start going across the line too far, you're going to see Democratic people and people of color start doing things like these other terrorist people are, and we don't want that in our country. We don't need that. We don't need a civil war with terrorism. So, on that note, I'm going to end this episode with my predictions on Trump. I'll leave a few tonight. I mean, I'll have more coming out here during the year as I'm making predictions on other things. I hope everybody can benefit from this information, enjoys the information. I'm hoping everybody, and I'm wishing everybody out there peace and love, and hoping and praying that the Lord God Yahweh will bless everybody who watches this. I'm hoping that He'll bless this whole planet Earth and bring us peace, love, and happiness on this planet. So be it. Thank you so much. Many blessings.